This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, this is Venkat from Nandini Software Solutions. We're going to start new batch from 6th March, morning 8:30 to 9:30. If anyone interested to learn Snowflake with AWS, feel free to reach out this number 9538160185. Okay, so, so now, so the class it's having 45 days working days. The course duration is 45 days. So daily class 1 hour. Monday to Friday we'll take the classes. Saturday sometimes we'll conduct the class special classes, guys. Okay. So for every Saturday we'll not take it only some special classes only we will take it. So now, so as per the part demo, I'm going to give some sample scenarios. So how to load the data, how to load the data from AWS S3 bucket to Snowflake table. Okay, so I have AWS S3. In the S3, in the bucket that is called as a folder, I can say directory. In the directory, there are some files are there. What are that files having data? That data I want to load into Snowflake table. How to load it? We will see it today. Okay, so that we can call as a data loading, guys. How to load the data? Okay, we'll discuss it. Okay, that is called as a data loading. Okay, for part of any data loading, so what we have to do first, let me take this paint, let me explain it. Assume that, guys, suppose I want to load any data loading means first what we have to do, suppose assume that I have my files are there in the S3 S3 bucket that is called as the AWS. Okay, so assume that the files are there in the AWS. Okay, so it may be anything, guys. It may be AWS, it may be GCP, it may be Azure. Okay, so what are the files are there in the cloud? What we will do first, we will get these files, we will load into staging area, guys. Stay before loading it to Snowflake table, temporarily we will store the data in the staging area. Okay, so for that is called as a staging area, guys. So let me take this is the staging area. Before loading into target table, we will load into staging area. So that staging, we have two types: internal staging, external staging. There are two types, guys: internal staging, external staging. Okay, so internal, that is a Snowflake itself, we can store the data, that is we can call as internal stage. So external stage means there may be AWS, GCP or other third party tools who are getting the data, who are loading it. So for that we can call as a external staging area. Okay, so then once we keep into the temporarily in the staging area, then we will load into the Snowflake tables. Which table, which is the where I have to load the data, so that there I can load the data into Snowflake table. So this is the data loading basic architecture, guys. Data load, how we'll load it. Suppose my data is there in the AWS. What we will do first, we'll read this data, like get the data, what are the data in the AWS, we will load into staging area. Okay, so from stage, so then we will load into Snowflake tables. Okay, so this is the overall architecture, guys, like for the data loading architecture. So is it clear to me? Any questions on that? So suppose whatever may be, so in the AWS there may be ETL tools, they will keep the data in the AWS. So okay, so then we will get the data into staging area. So then we'll load into Snowflake by using the copy into command. So we have to use, there is a command, copy into command. By using the copy into command, I can load the data into Snowflake. Is it clear, team? So then how to load it, I will show you. Is it clear, team? Any questions so far? I'm audible. Are able to see my screen? I'm audible. Are able to see my screen, team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
So now,
And
okay. So now assume that my files are there in the AWS. Okay. So assume that I have one account, AWS account. Okay. So there I am going to create a one bucket. So my file, let me show you one sample file. It is having some data. So let me go for the Snowflake. So now let me go further. Yesterday we have seen single file. Today I will show you multiple files, how to load it. So first let me show you single file as well as then multiple files. Suppose assume that I have one file. It is file having the SRC student data. This is the CSV file. So there is a student ID, student name, mass marks, physics, computer, gender. Okay. So this is the file is there. This is the file I have to upload into S3 bucket. First point is first local file upload into S3 bucket, guys. First point. Okay. So uploading we are doing currently, but real time there is a third party tool, maybe ETL tool, they will load into S3 bucket. Okay. So there may be different types of ETL tools are there in the market, Talent, Data Stage, Informatica, SAP BODS. So those tools they will keep into the files in the S3 bucket. Okay. So now let me I'm going to S3 bucket. So I have logged into S3 bucket. So now like AWS account I have logged in. Now let me simply type the S3. So once you click the S3, so S3 call as a storage integration. Now I have to create a one bucket. How to create a bucket? So there is a create bucket option is there. Just I'm creating the bucket, guys. Let me create a bucket. So I need to pass the bucket name. I need to pass the bucket name. You can give any name. So suppose assume that I'm loading the demo dev landing Nandini software. Okay. So demo dev landing Nandini software solutions. Just I'm creating the one bucket name. This is the my bucket name, guys. So no need to change anything. By default keep as it is. Let me create a bucket. So okay, so it will not allow the this and all. Let me so let me, so we should not, it will not allow the underscores and all. That's why. So we need to pass the bucket name. Let me pass the bucket name. Okay, I have created the bucket name demo dev uh, demo dev okay. So demo dev landing NSSS. Okay. So now, so let me, I have to upload the files in this folder. Okay. So let me between I will create some folder, guys. Okay, let me create a folder. So let me, I'm passing the folder name is called source files. You can give any name. So just I want to suppose assume that I want to give source files. That's the folder name. That's why I'm giving the source file name. So now here I will upload the some files. Let me upload the files. So how to upload? There is a add files option is there. So just I'm adding one file. Just let me upload it. So one file is uploaded. Okay. So now what I want it. So this will be take care for third part application to load keep the files in the S3 bucket. But as per now I have uploaded it here. Now what I have to do? So what are the files is available in the S3 bucket in this folder in this path? Okay, in this path, what are the file is there? This file I want to load into Snowflake, guys. Okay, so how to load into Snowflake? We will discuss it now. Okay, first step I have uploaded the file. Now, so let me create a what are the table? What is the target table? I have to load it. Let me create the target table name. So this is the structure of the my table. Student ID, student name, mass marks, physics, computers, and gender. This is the column names, field names. First, so how many records are there in this file? It is having 3 records. First record is header record. My data starts from the second record. That's why 3 records are there in this file. This is the comma delimited CSV file. Now what I want it. So now let me create a table in the Snowflake. First, let me create it. First, I need to create a database. Then I have to inside I have to create a schema, then inside I have to create a table. Okay, so let me create it. Okay, so first I need to create a database. Okay, so how to create a database? Create database name. So as that I'm giving demo Nandini software. Okay, so let me create a database. So I'm creating the database, create database name. I have to pass which database I have to create. So that is the database name I want to create it. So that's the I have created. Now, so here inside I want to create a schema. We can create it, or else already public is available. I can use it. Okay. So this is the public schema already I have selected. Suppose the syntax level. So if you want to use means database, use database name. I have to pass it here. Use database name. This is the command line. Okay, so this is the syntax of using it, or else you can directly select here. Okay, so now inside I want to create a table. How to create a table? Create table name. So assume that I'm giving target. Okay, or else landing, you can give any name, guys. Okay, so for understanding, landing student table. This is a table name. I'm passing it. This is my table name. Okay, what are the columns are there? So that is the columns I have to define it here. Let me define. These are the columns are there in the my file is coming. So that is the structure I am defining it. So student ID values. What is the data type team? Student ID. Is it coming numbers? Is it coming characters? Is it coming from dates? What is coming team? Can someone tell me what is the data is coming for in student ID? Number. So that is you can use as a number or integer data type in the Snowflake. Integer or int. Student name, what are the values are coming? Is it coming numbers? Is it coming dates? Or is it coming characters called string? What is coming to me in the my file, guys? What is coming? Can someone tell me?
Character.
Characters. So characters means in Snowflake we can use varchar or string data type varchar. So I can use some length. So now, so along with mass physics computer, these are coming integer values. That's why I have to use the integer data type. So let me give student ID, student name, mass, physics. So physics also integer data type, computer also integer data type. We'll learn all the data types, guys. What are the data types are there in the Snowflake? So gender is coming, characters. So that is I can use as a varchar or string data type in Snowflake. So assume that I'm giving 25 length. Okay, so how to create a table? So this is the syntax of the creating the table. Create table name. What is the table name? I want to create it. So then column names and data types and the length. Okay, so now let me select this statement. Let me execute it. How to execute? So there is a execute button is there. Let me run button. Let me run it. So my table got created. Now I want to check the data. Okay, still we didn't inserted any data. Now I want to check the data is existing or not. So for that I have to write the statement called select star from table name. So this is the database name. We can use it, database name. Okay, so schema name. So that is public schema. So along with the table name. So what is the table name? This is the table name. Okay, let me execute this statement. So it should be 0 records, no records. Okay, so I want to view the data in the particular table means we have to use the command call select star from the table name. Select star from the table name. This is the statement. I have to write it. Which table you want to view the data? That is the table name. Which is the database? Which is the schema name? Now, so now, so now I have created the table. So there is no data. Now, as we discussed, I need to. So this my source is ready. My target is ready. Now I need to make my stage also should be ready, right? So I need to create a staging before loading into the target table. I have to create a staging. How to create a staging in Snowflake, we'll see, guys. Okay, so for that, so where I want to get that file, so where I'm getting that file, so I'm getting from the S3 bucket. Which path I'm getting? This is the path. Let me copy this one. Just let me keep it. Okay, so now which is the file? This is the file. Okay, so this is the file. Okay, let me keep it. So now I want to create a staging area. Okay, okay. So see, the staging we can create by using two ways. The data we can load in the two ways, guys. The data we can load into two ways by using AWS access key and a secret key. That is we can call as a credentials. Okay, so there is a, by creating the storage integration also we can load it. So first we will discuss about by using how to load the data by using the credentials. Okay, later we will discuss storage integration, how to load it by using the storage integration also, how to load it we'll see. So far that I'm creating the, so how to get the access key secret key means there is a security credential is there. So this is the security credentials. So I have access key here, so I can get the access key. So while creating the AWS account, so once created the access key secret key, I will get this IDs. Okay, so this will get from AWS team. Okay, if you're having access you can create it. If you don't have access, we need to ask the AWS team to provide the access key and the secret key. Okay, so now, so this is access key and secret key. I have it. Let me get it. So I have stored into my file. Let me get that access key, secret key. Okay, so that also I will keep it. Now let me create a staging area. How to create staging area? So let me please observe, guys. Create. It's very simple, guys. Create stage. Okay, so if it's already existing, I want to replace it. So that's why I can use create or replace statement. Stage name, which is the stage name you want to create it. See, I have created the database name demo nss, right? Demo nss. So when you click here, so now I have created the table. Okay, same like that, I have to get the staging area. So I want to pass some staging name. So what is the name I want to pass means, I want to pass, we are reading from the AWS, right? That's why I'm giving the AWS. So it's a external, so that is called as a stage. So that is I can call as a, so landing stage. We can give any name, guys. Stage. Okay, so this is the, so where I'm copying, so I'm copying the file from AWS. So that's why URL I am passing. What is the URL I have take it, so that is URL I am passing it. That's it. It's very simple to create a staging area. So create or replace, so replace, create, replace. P is missing. Okay, so let me give in the single quotes, guys. Create or replace stage name. So that is the URL equal to which URL, where I am getting that file. So which is the path? This is the path I am getting, right? So that is the path I am showing. Let me show you. So this is the path I have copied it. So where it is available, this is the bucket name, this is the folder, inside this is the file. So just simply copy this one. So let me, I have pasted here. That's it. So then along with what is the file name, src student.csv, that is the file name I'm mentioning here. I have one file, that's why I'm mentioning it here. So now let me execute it. Okay, so my staging also created. Let me refresh it here. So let me check it. It should be created. See, under the stage AWS external staging, this is a stage created. Now, so now I want to load the data from stage to target, right? So stage to Snowflake. So I have created the staging. Now I have to load into Snowflake. How to load means we have to use the copy into command. By using the copy into command, we can load it. Okay, so what we have to do, have to write the copy into statement. So for that I need AWS access key, secret key. Okay, so let me get that one. So I have stored into the my system, let me take it. So I have saved somewhere, let me take that AWS access key and secret key. So let me go for, so let me get it, my file I have saved somewhere, I am taking it. Okay, just 1 second guys, I'm taking the AWS. 1 second. So just I'm copying this AWS key, access key and the secret key. Okay, once we have created, we have to download it. How to create it and all I will show you in the further classes guys. Okay, so now let me write the statement. How to write the statement, we'll discuss it. Let me copy this one, let me keep in the my system. Okay, we have to use copying the copy into command. Which table I want to load it? Okay, which table I want to load it? The data. So I want to load from this table, right? So let me give, this is the table name. Copy into table name. From where I am copying, where I am copying the data, that file data. Okay, so I am copying from this one, right? So AWS S3. This is the staging area. I am copying from staging area. Okay, so see, I'm copying from this stage to Snowflake, right? So I have created the staging, so that's why I'm giving the stage name. This is the at the data. Not use it. This is the external staging. Okay, so copy into table name from staging area. Then credentials. What are the credentials? To connect AWS, it is required some credential, right? So we're connecting via access key and secret key. That's why I am passing the credentials. So that is called as a access key and a secret key. So there is a one more method, as I told, we can use storage integration. Okay, currently we're discussing about where we're using the access key and secret key. So let me pass the credentials. Okay, credentials equal to, so first one AWS access key. Second one is like a key ID, secret key. Okay, so this is the, I need to close it. Now, which file, like a file format? So what is coming? Is it coming text file or CSV file? Like is it coming like Parquet file? What is coming? Is it Avero? What is the file format? So it's coming from the CSV. That I need to define it. Okay, so let me define the file format objective. So that is called as a type. Which is the type guys? Whether it is a file, is a CSV file or is it coming Parquet? What is coming? Is it coming JSON file or what is the extension of this file? CSV. So that's why I need to mention the file format object CSV. Type is CSV. So then, so when I see the file, first record is a, what is the, is it header is available? Is it header is there team? What is the delimiter in this file? Can someone tell me? What is the
Yeah, header
delimiter?
is there. Delimiter is comma.
Okay, so that I need to define it. So type I have defined CSV, then I will define the field delimiter. What is the field delimiter in this file? Field equal to, so in the single quotes I will define the comma. So what are the file delimiter is there, that I can define it. Now, so I want to skip header, I have already created in the Snowflake, that my file is coming header. That's why I want to skip the header. First record is the one record, one row is the first row is the header record. That's why I want to skip the header. Okay, so this is the statement, I have to write it. Copy into table name. Where I am copying into? From which staging area I am copying? So credentials, what are the credentials to connect the AWS? I need to pass the access key and secret key. So which is the file format, whether it is a CSV, whether it's maybe JSON, whether it's maybe Avero, whether maybe Parquet, what is the type? Okay, so that I have to define it. So field delimiter, what is the field delimiter? It's a comma. Header is there, I want to skip it. Okay, so this is a way to load the data. So let me execute this statement. Before executing, I'm checking the data one more time, guys. Let me check the table. So let me check the fire the statement, select star from the table name. So when I see the table name, I should get the 0 records. 0. Now I'm executing. So how many records are there? So 3 records are there. 3 record should be loaded. Okay. Skip header. Okay, this one. So it's not required to give in the any codes, guys. Okay. So for this, skip header. So let me execute this statement. Okay, so see, this is a file, this is a file loaded, status is loaded, how many rows parsed, how many records are loaded, 3 records are loaded. Okay, how many records are loaded, 3 records are loaded. Let me check the data now. So I should see the 3 records. Okay, so this is the way to get the file from the AWS S3 and load into Snowflake table by using the credentials means access key and secret key. Okay, this is the visible, guys, these are the visible. Okay, so that's why we will not use this in real time. We will go for the storage integration. By using the storage integration, we have to load it. That also we'll discuss it. So is it clear, team? So simple task I have done today. So I have one file in the AWS S3, have loaded the data into the Snowflake table. This is the single file is there, I have loaded. Assume that I have one more file is there here. How to load it? Multiple files are there, how to load it? Okay, so assume that let me upload one more file here. So AWS S3, I'm uploading one more file. So let me go for the, let me upload the source folder. So let me upload it. So let me upload the file. Okay, let me upload it. So I have one more file, it is having some data, student 2. Okay, it is having some data, just I'm uploading the data. So now I have uploaded. So let me close it. So total how many files are there, team? Now in my S3 bucket, how many files are there? So this is the one file, 2 files. Now, so let me check the data, how many records are there in the 2 files? So first file having 3 records, second file also maybe 3 records. Let me open it. 3 records. Okay, maybe different data. Okay, so now what I want it, these 2 files data I want load into my Snowflake table. In this folder, in the source folder, what are the files are there? Okay, so all the files I want to load it. Okay, let me upload one more file. I have multiple files. Let me upload it, multiple files. Third file uploaded. Now my requirement is, please observe, guys, it's very, very important. So now file 1 having 3 records, file 2 also 3 records, file 3, let me check it, how many records are there? 3 records are there. Now what I want it, in the multiple files are there. So now first we will load only first file data, third file data. I don't want load second file data. What are the files are there in this folder? Source folder, multiple files are there, but I want to load only specific files. Like for example, this file data I want load it, this file data I want load it. So total 3 files are there. I don't want load 3 files, I want load only 2 files. Okay, how to load in into Snowflake, we'll discuss it. Same pattern, guys. What I have to do, my file is there in the AWS, I need to create a staging area, I need to create a Snowflake table, database and table name. So there I have to load it. Same pattern for everything. Okay, now how to do that, let me show you one more time. So assume that, let me create a new tab. So first step, guys, if database already existing, we will not create it, guys. If database is already existing, we will not create it. For learning purpose, I'm showing you. Okay, one more time. So let me let me let me let me create a new database. Create database. Database name demo dev. Okay, landing. This is a database name. I'm creating it. Create database name. Just I'm creating it. Now schema already there. I'm using guys public schema. Okay, so for example, I want to use the database. Use database name. So now how to load the specific files, guys? Instead of loading all the files, specific files, required files only I want load it. I have 100 files. I want only 2 files. I don't want load it. So how to load it? Okay, so now first step is done, creating database. Now I want to create a table. Okay, what are the table? So how to create a table, guys? Create table name. So which is the table name you want it? Okay, one new database is created, no table is there. See, when you see here, so public schema, so no tables are there, no objects are there. How to create a table? Create table name. So assume that I'm giving the student details landing. You can give any name, guys. Okay, just I'm giving for understanding purpose. This is the name I'm giving it. Okay, now what is the structure is there in this file? So I need to take it. So I'm taking the structure. So this is the structure of the file. I'm creating it. So student ID, what is the value stream? Is it integer? Is it date or what is coming? So it is coming integer. So that's why I need to give integer data type. So now student name, can someone tell me, we have already created, right? What is the data type I have to use in the Snowflake? Student name data type, what I have to use it? Can someone tell me, guys?
Varchar.
Varchar. So now let me use the varchar. So this one mass physics computer, what is the data type? Integer. Gender, I have to use varchar. So let me use it directly. Okay, so instead of coming multiple times, let me use varchar. So I'm giving the some length. So mass, as I said, so mass and physics and computers is coming integer values. That's why I have to use the integer data type. You can type integer or int or else number, anything is fine, guys. So we'll discuss about the data types in the further classes, in the regular classes. Now gender, as I said, gender is coming varchar, so that I can use varchar. So let me give some length. Okay, so create table name. Suppose if you want to use the database name, right? So because I have already selected here, no need to mention it. Okay, so if you're not mentioning, so you have to select the database here. Okay, so then schema name, then table name. Okay, because if I have selected here this object name, that's why I'm directly creating it. Okay, so let me create it. My source is ready, that is my whichever the data I'm getting. So my target table also ready. Now I want to view the data in this table. So what is the statement I have to use, Tim? Can somebody, you have to tell, guys, now. Can someone tell me, I want to view the data? Okay, so what is the statement I have to write it? Select star from table name. Okay, which table data I want to view the data? So that is the table name I have to pass it. It's a 0 records because still we didn't loaded the data. Before loading, I'm checking it. Now, so source is done. Now what I have to do? I need to create a staging area. Okay, so how to create it, guys? We have already created, no need to use it, guys. We can reuse it, but now we're creating the new database, right? Everything. So that's why I'm going to create a staging. How to create a staging? So what is the syntax, guys? Can someone tell me? Create or replace stage name. What is the stage name? You can give, tell me what is the name you want it, that I will enter it. Tell me, guys, which is the stage name you want it. So this is the AWS. We are getting the from the understanding purpose. I'm giving AWS. So then what you want it? Name, student. This is a student. Okay, this is the external. Okay, so then I will give stage. So this is the name, meaningful name I'm giving it. Okay, where we are getting these files? Where we are getting these files? Where we are getting them? So this is the files. This is the copy the path. Copy the path. So let me paste it here. See, previously single file is there. I have mentioned the file name. Now my customer is saying that, so I want to load multiple files. In that there is a folder, multiple files are there. In that I want to load into specific files. That's why I'm giving the only path, not mentioning the file names. Okay, the file names I will mention in the into copy into command. So that's why, so no need to mention here. Okay, if you mention also, no issues. Let me execute it. How to create a stage? Create or replace stage name, where we are getting that files, in which path. That is the path I'm defining here. That's it. Okay, so my stage also ready now. Let me refresh it. See, my stage is ready, my target table is ready now. So from staging to Snowflake, I have to load it. How to load it? So by using the copy into command, I have to write the copy into command. Let me use copy into where I have to load it. Where I have to load it. That is the table name. I have to mention it. I have to load into, this is the table name. I have to load it. Okay, now from where I have to load it, so I need to load from, this is the staging area. So, okay, so this is the staging, right? So we have to use, this is the at the date of symbol. Okay, so now to connect the AWS, what I have to pass it? I need to pass credentials, guys. Same process, guys. Credentials. So for credentials equal to, so I need to pass AWS access key and a secret key. Let me copy it. I have kept somewhere, right? Let me copy this. This you will get it from AWS team, or else you can create. If you having access, you can create it. Okay. So this is the AWS key. Okay. Access key, secret key. Credentials are done. Now, so what is the file format objective? We can call as a, so what is the file format? Is it Parquet file? Is it JSON file? Is it CSV file? What are the files format? So this is the CSV file format, right? So that's why I'm going to give, so format, file format. I'm defining it here. File format. That is called as a objective name. So I'm defining it. So that is called as a type equal to CSV. Okay, next. What is the delimiter in this file? CSV means comma separated value file. So what is the delimiter in this file, team? Can someone tell me? Is there any header in this file? Is there any header in this file, team? Am I able? Are able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, header is available. Delimiter
Okay,
is fine.
delimiter is comma. That I have to define it. Okay, so let me use field delimiter. Delimiter equal to comma. Next, header. Skip header equal to 1. Here 1, no need to mention any quotes. Okay, now I have defined the file format object. Now, so in this folder, in this bucket, multiple files are there. Customer is saying that load only 2 files, required files, specific files. How to load it? For that, I need to define one more object. So that is called as a files format object. Okay, so files, which is the files I want to load it. So that is the file names I will mention it. So that is called as a files equal to. So what are the files I want to load it? That is the file names only I will mention here. So I want to load only, this is the first file. So that's why I will mention the, so objective files objective, which is the files I want to load it. That is the files I will mention here. So then another file. Which is the file I want loaded? This is the file. I don't want load second file. That's why I'm not mentioning here. Okay, so when I'm reading when I'm getting the files AWS, multiple files are there. I'm loading only two files. Those two files only, files object I am mentioning. So this is the file, this is the file I want to load it. That's it, guys. Okay, so let me copy into table name from staging area, which is the staging. I have kept the files. Okay, so then credentials, then I have mentioned the file format objective. So then which is the files I want loaded, that is the file I am mentioning it here. Let me click execute it. File format type equal to CSV, correct, right? File format equal to, guys, we're mentioning equal to, need to mention equal to. Okay, so copy into the table name, file format equal to, type equal to CSV, field delimiter comma, skip header equal to 1, which is the files I want loaded, that is the file I'm mentioning it here. So two files are loaded. File 1 having 3 records, file 3 also 3 records. Total, how many records I have to get it? When I fire the statement, select star from table name, which is the table name I have loaded. This is the table name I have loaded. Let me execute the statement. I should see the data 6 records. Total 3 plus 3, 6 record. I should see the data. Okay, so ID is different. I kept the same data only, but ID is different. See, this is one file data, this is another file data. So this is the way to load the specific files. Only one small difference for first scenario, second scenario. First scenario I have loaded only one file. Okay, so second file I'm loading the two files. Okay, suppose I have multiple files, there is a one more file is there. Assume that fourth file also is available. So let me uploading fourth file. So when is it the file folder, how many files are there? I want to load 3 files. I don't want to load another file. File 2 I don't want to load it. This one also I want to load it. What I have to do? I need to mention the which is the file. One more file, right? So let me mention here, comma. This is the file. Okay. So file 4. How many records are there? Let me check it. Records are there. Let me check it. So how many records are there, team? How many records are there? File 4. File 4. How many records? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, 5.
3, 5 records. So 5 plus 6, 5 plus 6, 11 records I have to see that. Okay, how to load it? So this is the, see, this table, it's already there. I want to delete means. Okay, so what I can do, I can recreate it. When I recreate the table, so that whatever the table is existing here, data is existing, it won't be there. So let me just simply, I'm replacing create or replace. When I replace, see what are the data is there, it won't be there. See, please observe, guys, I'm executing replace statement. My replace is done. So when I see the data, it won't be there anything. Now same thing, same I have to execute it. So to load multiple files, so my table is there, it's empty. I need to create a staging. Why I need to replace? Because of new one added, right? So now let me recreate the staging now. So let me use this statement, copy into statement, let me execute it. So 3 files are loaded now, 3 5 3, 11 records. Now let me check it. This is a way to load multiple files. Okay, so now I want to load all the files. That is called as a file pattern. How to load file pattern we'll discuss in the tomorrow class, guys. Okay, so this is the way to get the data, load into my Snowflake tables, guys. Okay, so anyone interested to learn Snowflake? Okay, so we're going to start new batch from today. Feel free to reach out this number, guys. 9538160185. Okay, so the highlights of this training institute, guys, where this is the Nandini Software Solutions, Bangalore, online training only. Okay, so for Snowflake, we're teaching two members, myself and my colleague. Okay, she will take regular classes. I will take some special classes. Okay, so assume that the highlights of this training institute. So let me. So we'll provide you after class is done. Okay, recording videos I will provide. We'll explain real-time scenarios, materials. We have already prepared some materials, guys. So how to load the data, how to unload. So the documents we have prepared it. So these documents also I'm going to share with you. Okay, so I have prepared some documents. We will share these documents. Okay, it's with the clear steps are there, guys. When you open any document, it is having clear steps with this three. Okay, so along with, so we're teaching intro questions and answers, project explanation, resume preparation, mock intros, doubts and clarification, intro questions and answers. Okay, so this is the my institute website, www.nandinisoftware.com. This is the my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com. Simply type Nandini Software Solutions. So along with the Snowflake, we're providing multiple technologies, ETL tools like Talent, Data Stage. Okay, so if you want to learn any IT, if you want to learn any new technologies, feel free to reach out this number 9538160185 if you want to learn Snowflake with AWS. Okay, thank you, guys. Tomorrow onwards regular classes. Let me stop recording. Let me take your doubts.